Ever wondered what happens when idiot drivers cross paths with the police? Look no further. Welcome to another episode on our YouTube channel where we delve into the hilarious encounters between these two worlds. Get ready for adrenaline-pumping chases and unexpected twists that will keep you on the edge of your seat. If there's something satisfying the cops can do, it would be this: pulling over cutters who had zero patience to wait in line like a good person. Always monitor your blind spot because it is your duty. You never know who could be there: a bike, a truck, a car, or even an unmarked police cruiser. Creeping forward, this cop and this car driver are both eager to cross the intersection, but the cop had to change his course as an idiot cut the red light coming from the left. Talk about running the red light, this cop didn't know that someone will find the courage and zoom past them on the wrong side of the road during a red light. Here's a suspect who's running from the cops, but not for long because he ends up crashing at the very end, thankfully. However, things are still not over entirely. I don't understand what kind of emergency prompts you to drive on the wrong side of the road. Doesn't that make things more hazardous to begin with? When we get stuck in a traffic jam like this, using the shoulder is always very tempting, but it also invites the cops to tail you and get you fined. Imagine being so dumb that you use the left turning lane to go to the exact opposite towards the left like this guy did. Here comes the law to get his thinking right. I guess most of the things that get people arrested are impatience. This pickup driver could afford to wait 2 more seconds, but he decided to risk it instead. Here's another driver that tried to use the shoulder but caught the attention of the wrong person. This woman doesn't seem to be in the right mind from what it looks like and slowly drives along as she ignores the army of officers behind her. Sadly, all great adventures must come to an end.
Be able to see a little bit more, and there it is. The driver door opens. She steps out peacefully. So we presume at this point that this may be the only person in that car.
A fleeing yellow taxi pursuit comes to an end when a brave officer makes the car stop by pitting it, but funnily enough, he left his car on drive when he got out.
Going to hit that car there, but
the next time you try to get away from the cops in a car, try using the 1992 Honda series because those things are built very tough, as you can see from this video.
Again, second pit maneuver, third pit maneuver. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Okay, third pit maneuver may have been successful. It looks like that might have stopped him. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh, kind of gives you an indication. Wow, there we go. The fourth pit maneuver. Okay, he's going to drive out of this one too. Okay.
In a weird twist of events, a 13-year-old makes a run for it in a car as he drives a 67-year-old hostage around. His reign of terror finally comes to an end, though.
Get out! Get out!
Likewise, this chase also comes to an abrupt end when the cops pull a pit maneuver on the car, causing it to spin out and stop before being boxed in. It doesn't matter if you're in a small car or a big car, this technique will stop any sort of vehicle put there unless, of course, you bring a tank. This bank robber thought he could get away with the loot, but this day takes a turn for the worse when his car turns upside down. Here's the aftermath of getting almost caught by the cops because you're a bad driver, but he's not giving up soon and flies off only to have it happen all again. The person on the right had a quick change of mind and decided that they wanted to go left all of a sudden. This van driver thought he could be sly about his little illegal overtake, but there was someone coming from the opposite side of the road who saw exactly what he did. Now everyone has to stop at the traffic lights in their respective lanes, except for this guy who doesn't want to wait for anyone. Luckily, the person he cut off was not an ordinary person. Watch this driver pull out like a blind man and almost cause a crash. That save wasn't the best thing though, as someone was racing up behind them with lights shining and sirens blaring.
Yes! 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 Yes!
The next time you race someone, make sure it's not someone who does the opposite of racing and gives you a hefty fine instead. Here are a couple of Audi R8 drivers who probably have a bit of work done to their exhausts, and even the cops can tell you that they don't need to be this loud. A bunch of racers were caught in hot waters when cops rolled up to their little meet. Although one of them makes a run for it, the other one's not that lucky, sadly. During a pursuit, the suspect began to think that the soul of the Drift King has possessed him and opted for a drift at a turn. That turn became his undoing as he crashed and was caught by the cops.
Driver taking off on foot and LAPD officers continuing the search to find him in that Koreatown neighborhood.
With an already punctured tire, this idiot who's already being chased ends up losing control as an innocent driver pulls out to the road, not expecting someone to be going close to 100 miles an hour.
Slow down, bucko.
This is one wild chase as both the cars go flying over and all around the place, but after a small while the cop finally gets the upper hand on the Dodge Challenger. Armed and dangerous, the teens in this pickup truck seem to be a major threat, and the cops are not going to risk their lives to prolong this chase, so the inevitable finally happens. If you're gonna do something wrong and then run from the cops, make sure that at least you're a good driver and don't end up like this person. If you have cops tailing you and you're driving a beautiful car like this Mustang, it's surely not worth the chase and getting it damaged. Be sensible, folks.
He's surrounded, he's off in the ditch. We got him here.
The more you look at this police chase, the more things begin to get weirder and weirder.
See what the plan is right here. Hopefully it isn't.
Looks like Forrest here has committed great crimes for him to be smashed to the side like this by the cops, but he's not done yet.
No way, dude. Here, watch out. Heck yeah. He's running. Get him, get him.
A stolen pickup gave everyone the dizzies when the driver went all over the place and gave the cops a nice run from open roads to residential areas. But finally, the suspect gave up on the chase. This already anticlimactic race begins finally turning better when the slow cars are joined by another competitor with flashy lights.
Oh, yeah.
This right here's a stolen U-Haul truck that's not gonna take no for an answer, even with the tires blown out. It takes a long while for the truck to finally become disabled, and it all comes to an end. Sometimes these idiots themselves end up making the worst mistake of their lives by crashing into other cars or things. Makes the job simple for the cops. Sometimes trouble comes to the law itself in the shape of these idiots who ram right into the back of a patrol car. What's wrong with today's teenagers? This teen girl's driving a car she's stolen, but clearly she can't drive well and ends up crashing all by herself. A person decided to chase a smart car and make a run for it in a golf course of all places. Now this is a high-speed chase, and that driver might be drunk from the way he's driving and swirling, but that swirling ends up costing him dearly. He crashes and is instantly taken into custody. This blue Charger has seen better days, especially not a day like this where it gets its windows smashed in by cops for drifting all over the road. Sometimes good people try and help these cops to catch criminals, as this truck driver did. When you go up against a monster like this, what are you supposed to even do? Because pit maneuvering them surely didn't work for him.